I do 1,000 push-ups a day. I've already done 800 before I got here this morning. But you know what I don't do? I don't do any of those things anymore. And it helps. But that's what works for me. That may not make some people go, I can't do 1,000 push-ups a day.
But this is a tool. You're saying
tool,
use your physical body.
Yes.
If you recognize things that don't serve you.
Yes.
If you do habits or have addictions or needs that don't serve you, do something physical.
I'm saying that nothing else worked for me. I have a hard time sitting across from someone who hasn't gone through what I've gone through and them tell me what I should do. I have a real problem with that. I have a real problem with society telling me their thoughts on battle and war when they've never been to battle or war and they've never been overseas. I have lots of problems with things where people like to just, reading it through books isn't experiencing it in life. Trish and I went to a marriage counselor once. Guy wasn't married, didn't have kids, was young. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that was the one thing that Trish and I agreed on. So we found a counselor who had been married, been divorced, or, back with his wife who was older, who had kids. I'm like, I can resonate with that.
What do you think the biggest, so you do couples, our dear friend, Matt Schneider.
Yeah,
who,
love him.
By the way, he has stepped up for me in a way that nobody else has. He has come in and helped me. Just incredible. And you guys, he's been on the podcast. So you do a couples coaching.
Yeah.
You also do business coaching, corporate coaching.
Q course, yep.
Okay. What is the most common thread of what people get wrong? Is there a fundamental, for example, let me ask you this. In the CIA, do they teach you how to read people?
Yes.
Okay. Is there, I guess there's a few questions here. Common trait that those people who are really struggling to succeed, right? Do they have a common trait?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Start with that. Tell me.
So for the couples?
It could be couples. It could be a person. What is is there a unifying challenge? Because you have people that are probably sitting across from you and you got their number right away.
Yeah. A lot of what I see, especially is it's a lack of trust. But when I say that with the couples thing, it's not trusting their partner. It's a lack of trusting themselves. A lot of people have a lot of vices and they don't want to address it, or like, case in point, one of the first things I say is, listen, if you're a freak, okay, got it. Right. And a freak doesn't mean, crazy shit. It just means if you have some weird tendencies, but if you want to continue to do them, you have to let your spouse know what they are.
So you're not talking about mixing like ketchup with your eggs?
No.
No. Like that the things are touching on the plate? Okay,
No. What I'm talking about is a lot of people, it's just like when I go to corporate business, the problem's always the same. It's always the same. It's just on a different platform. Just like when I talk to people, it's lack of trust, lack of this, lack of that. It always stems from something from the past, which is pain. So first thing I do is try to, hey, have you gone through shit? And they're like, well, I don't want to talk about it. Well, let me tell you what I've gone through. And then people go, well, I can't believe you're so open with that. I always wasn't. But I will tell you that the more open you are with anything that you've experienced in life, or the more open you are with your spouse, the quicker you are to be able to resolve them or part ways because there is no resolution. And when I do that and we do this, it's so much more involved. And, because it's more of a we go another layer deeper. I do this with Matt, and Matt's amazing at what he does. But 2 years ago, I would have been a hypocrite if I would have been teaching this. First thing Matt said was like, listen, I need to know, how are you and Trish? I'm like, we're fantastic right now. We're doing this. We, date your wife, all the rules that you know of, right? Me and Trish have been married 18 years. We're going on 20, November 3rd of knowing her, mating the day I met her. But it's like, we're better than we've ever been. He's like, okay, tell me when it wasn't bad. Tell me what you guys were going through. And that was a hard talk with Matt, because Matt was my business coach and my peer, and we worked together for years. He's like, are you doing that shit anymore? I'm like, no, I'm not. So he thought about it and then was like, I want to bring you on. And I'm like, okay. But there's a standard, and I don't meet it. I exceed this standard. I want to be a better father. I want to be a better husband. So what I want to do is, the only way that I can do that is surround myself with people who are like-minded, right? I need that. I have to feed off other people.
You're very much a a team player.
I've been told that actually is a kryptonite of mine. Yeah.
Wait, what does that mean, a kryptonite?
It's a weakness. I don't need, I have so many people in the industry that have the same title that I had, the CEO, and, they're entrepreneurs, and they make it all about
But do
them.
they have a t-shirt company? Oh, you do.
So I honestly believe that team, trust, effort, attitude, mission, that's the key to success, just like teamwork, problem solving, leadership, and communication. And I keep it simple, stupid. Everybody makes things hard, Doc. I just try to simplify shit. And people are like, it can't be that easy. Well, it worked for me. Now, it may not work for you, but take what I've learned. Like, I can't sit here and I can't get up on stage and talk about shit that's not true. I'm not going to do it.
It's a very redeeming quality of yours. You are not able to, I would like to say that you don't have a filter, but we're not going to say that.
My filter's getting better.
You're no, I'm totally teasing. Yeah. You have a barometer for truth. Yeah. You feel a certain way, you say it. I
think more people need to do that.
I agree.
As a society, we're walking around on eggshells because I told you, I'm going to say this right now. It's only a matter of time before someone sues someone and wins for blinking at someone the wrong way. It started with the McDonald's coffee. Next thing you know, a burglar broke into a house and fell through the roof. He sued him, and these people won. The problem with
They didn't live in Texas, though, did they?
No, it wasn't Texas. The ecosystem is so fragile right now. Fitness is being thrown out the window. And, like people that are in shape are almost being stereotyped as being horrible because they put in work where, listen, you want to be heavy set and run a magazine, great. Victoria's Secret models, we grew up on that. They were like, the epitome of what a woman should look like. Now it's, a woman that's 175, 180 pounds. I'm not saying there's not women or people that are attractive overweight. I'm just saying I'm not attracted to that. I'm attracted to the discipline that it takes to look the way you look. Matthew's in shape. I take care of myself. That's what I'm attracted to. And that's what I don't know where we got off course. It's like, this meteor is coming at us, and it just we were on projectile and we were doing great, and then all of a sudden something bumped it and said, no, we got to go this way. I try not to get into politics. I try not to talk too much about religion. The one thing I do know is that I hate seeing the world the way the world is right now. Everybody's so enabled. And that's why I'm getting up on these platforms and I'm telling people, I said that at an event recently. I'm like, as I look around the room, I see about 30 people that are overweight. I have no problem with that if you're in the gym every day, but if you're not, I'm just letting you know that your body is your resume. People get angry with that. The people that get angry about that are the people that aren't putting in the work. I had one lady goes, listen, I go to the gym 5 days a week and this is how I look. I said, I absolutely love you. You're the sexiest woman in here, because she had the balls to stand up and say that in front of a room of, a couple hundred people. I love that. That is the mindset that I want. This is what God gave me. Okay.